It's Bible study time. Y'all know when y'all see with this, we about to get into the word. Okay, y'all. So this one we gonna come from Judges, and we gonna get into it, and we gonna go to chapter 16 and read verse 4. So let's start. Sometime later, he fell in love with a woman in the valley of Asorot, whose name was Delilah. The rulers of the Philistines went to her and said, "See if you can lure him into showing you the secret of his great strength, and how we can overpower him, so we may tie him up and subdue him. Each one of us will give you 1,100 shekels of silver." So Delilah said to Samson, "Tell me the secret of your great strength and how you can be tied up and subdued." Samson answered her, "If anyone ties me with 7 fresh thongs that have not been dried, I'll become as weak as any other man." Then the rulers of the Philistines brought her 7 fresh thongs that had not been dried, and she tied him with them. With men hidden in a room, she called to him, "Samson, the Philistines are upon you." But he snapped the thongs as easy as a piece of string snaps when it comes close to a flame. Okay, y'all. So, breakdown 2026. So basically, we're going to title this Red Flags. That's what it's going to be, Red Flags. Now, back in the day, they had the same problems that we got going on now. People, having too many red flags, trying to set you up, not really being with you for the right reasons. So we have Samson and Delilah. Now, he ends up falling in love with this woman. Now, she was a prostitute, which is crazy to me, but he fell in love with her. So he falls in love with her, and, he's this very strong man. Now, he gets his strength from his hair, but he wasn't able to tell anybody where he gets his strength from. Now, there's people in this town have been trying to figure out how to take over him and everything like that, but he was so strong and they couldn't figure out why. So they go to this woman, basically Delilah, to set him up. Now, they said right here, if you can overpower him, if you can tell us how to subdue him, each one of us will give you 1,100 shekels of silver. So she finna get some money. She finna get a reward if, he tells her. So she acting like she all in love with him and this, that, and the third, but whole time she plotting on him, y'all. So at first she kept trying to figure out how. So he lies to her. He makes up all these different ways or whatever of how he gets like his strength. But eventually he tells her the truth because he started really liking her. But, I had to ask the Lord, like, okay, every time he would tell her a lie, she would go tell these people, and the people would come to try to come and get him, but they wouldn't be able to get him because he's too strong. But she did this on 3 separate occasions. She tried to play him 3 different times. And I tried to figure out, like it says right here, he had told her about the thongs. That's how he got his strength. And she would call the people in the Philistines are upon you. That's what it say. And every single time they would come in and he would overpower them. So he was lying to her. But I kept trying to find, I said, "Lord, why in the world does he keep telling her this stuff? Why he don't see these red flags, that girl ain't right. She don't really like you. She just trying to get some money. She's trying to figure out your business so she can, so she can get you in prison." And basically, and the Lord had to make me think, how many times have we been in relationships with people that have showed us that they wasn't about nothing? That they had red flag after red flag. The Lord done told you and you done seen it a billion times, but yet you choose to keep staying. So when the Lord told me that, it made me think dang, ain't nothing new. Literally everything that we go through now is the same thing that they was going through back then. People was weird then, people weird now. People always, sometimes, not everybody, but some people really have alternative motives to try to get you caught up in stuff that, you don't want nothing to do with. So that's what I was learning. And at the end, he ends up telling her about the power and everything in his hair. He ends up dying, and it just was a terrible ending. But it just goes to show, what I'm saying is, when the Lord show you who somebody is, when somebody show you who they are, believe them the first time. Red flags, y'all, ain't nothing new. So that's my Bible study. Y'all have a good night. Bye.